Ever since the shocking death of Jacksonville rapper Foolio, whispers have been getting louder about the aftermath. Not just for the killers, but for their families too.
My mama right here. They shot my mama house. They shot this part.
Allegedly, Foolio's crew, or people loyal to him, didn't take the hit lightly. Rumors around Northside and Westside Jacksonville suggest that within weeks of Foolio's death, strange things started happening to people connected to the alleged shooters. A viral voice note circulating on local message boards and private group chats claims one of the suspected killer's cousins was jumped outside a gas station on Dunn Avenue. Wrong place, wrong time, they said. Another rumor points to a house fire that may have been arson, with neighbors swearing they saw unfamiliar cars circling the block days before. It doesn't stop there. Instagram stories and now deleted Facebook posts hinted at a shooting outside a family BBQ just 2 weeks after Foolio's funeral. Though no one died, one woman was reportedly injured. Locals believe it was a warning, not a hit. Meanwhile, people are debating online. Is this street justice? Or just a tragic spiral of retaliation? Some even claim Foolio's killers may have been paid off. Not by enemies, but by folks trying to end the violence. Nothing is confirmed, and authorities remain tight-lipped. But in Jacksonville, when someone like Foolio dies, the streets don't stay quiet for long. The tragic murder of Foolio.
Isaiah Chance, Elisa Andrews, Sean Gaithright, Davion Murphy, and Rashard Murphy are all accused of playing a role in Jones's death and are all charged with 1 count of murder in the first degree, premeditated with the discharge of a firearm, and 1 count of conspiracy of murder in the first degree, premeditated with the discharge of a firearm.
A fourth suspect accused of murdering Charles Jones, also known by his stage name Foolio, was arrested in Jacksonville early Tuesday morning, according to police. Officials say 26-year-old Jones was hunted down in Tampa by people who were members of or affiliated with rival gangs while he was in town celebrating his birthday. The Jacksonville rapper was murdered on June 23rd at a cluster of hotels located at 11,606 McKinley Drive near USF. At 4:38, 3 shooters exited a vehicle and walked in the direction of the hotel. They murdered Jones with a handgun and 2 rifles. This barrage of gunfire also struck 3 additional victims who miraculously survived this incident, said Tampa Police Chief Lee Burkaw. The Tampa Police Department says the feud between 6 Block, the gang Jones was part of, and its rival gangs ATK and 1200 has spanned over a decade, with dozens of murders by and against both sides.
This is at the hotel, and you can see the shooters are getting in position for their planned out murder. And they are shooting at Charles now, and you can see that he's the passenger in that car that's moving and trying to flee. And again, they're still shooting at him. He's the right front passenger in that vehicle. It's clear from that video what they were set out to do and what they had.
The suspects, who they are, and what happened to them. Number 1. Alicia Andrews, role, lookout, age 21, status arrested in Jacksonville, charged with conspiracy and murder. Number 2. Isaiah Chance Jr., role, lookout, age 21, arrested alongside Andrews, same charges. No. 3. Sean Gaithright, role, shooter, age 18, arrested, evidence links him to prior attempt on Foolio. No. 4. Rashard Murphy, role, shotter, age 30, arrested after standoff in Jacksonville. Charged Rashard Murphy, Davion Murphy, and Gaithright were identified as the shooters, according to officials. Chance, Andrews, and Gaithright were arrested over the weekend in Jacksonville. According to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, Rashard Murphy was arrested on Tuesday after a standoff with law enforcement. Authorities say Rashard Murphy was tracked to an apartment complex off Collins Road in Jacksonville by deputies and the U.S. Marshals Service. According to the Sheriff's Office, JSOCPR gang and SWAT units surrounded the apartment and helped evacuate nearby residents. Rashard Murphy surrendered just after midnight after hours of negotiation, according to police. Spotlight on their families.
I want to send a clear message to anyone that the city of Tampa is not where you want to come to settle a dispute. you will be charged, you will be arrested, and you will be prosecuted to the fullest extent possible. Furthermore, if you're a gang member, there's no alleged immunity through a cone of silence, as our detectives will find evidence needed to make an arrest and hold everyone accountable.
While extensive details have emerged about the suspects and the crime, there is virtually no public information regarding their families. None of the news coverage or court filings mentions parents or siblings. This silence typically indicates that the families have chosen, or remain, out of the public eye, possibly respecting their privacy or fearing association with the case. As of now, there's no record of their involvement, commentary, or legal action. Gang feud behind the tragedy.
Florida, Tampa, JSO, Jacksonville, Miami, wherever you are, will not tolerate foolishness, will not tolerate shootings and needless violence. We not make excuses for poor decisions. We'll hold you accountable for your criminal actions. Florida is a state of law and order. Law enforcement agencies in this state will always work together to protect the good and decent people who chose to live within the law. And we will always work together to ferret out those who chooses the lives of violent crime.
The shooting is widely believed to be part of a long-standing gang rivalry in Jacksonville involving Foolio's 6-block gang, and the rival groups ATK and 1200 Tampa and Jacksonville police collaborated closely, using jail calls, social media monitoring, and GPS to trace the suspects. Murder investigation.
The ongoing fight between these two groups spilled over into Tampa last month. Let me be clear, the feud stops here. All 5 of these defendants are facing life in the Florida State Prison, even the ones who didn't pull the trigger. In Florida, if you participate in the planning of a murder, you can be held accountable for the person's death. And that is what we intend to do here.
The backstory. Investigators say 5 people traveled to Tampa last June to carry out the deadly shooting of Julio Foolio, whose real name was Charles Jones. The rapper celebrated his birthday on the night of June 22, 2024, then traveled to the Home 2 Suites near USF in the early morning hours of June 23rd. Surveillance video recorded 3 shooters firing at his vehicle in the parking lot, killing him. Who are the suspects?
5 people, though, are charged with murder. The level of planning and coordination between these 5 defendants was truly alarming. It is clear that they all had one purpose in coming to Tampa, and that was to kill.
Big picture view. Investigators identified the shooters as Sean Gathright, 18, Rashad Murphy, 30, and Davian Murphy, who is now 28. Police described Isaiah Chance, 21, and Alicia Andrews, 21, as lookouts, who followed Jones as he moved around Tampa to 2 clubs in the hours before the shooting. Rashad Murphy and Chance are documented members of 2 different gangs known as ATK and 1200. These gangs are both rivals to Jones' gang, 6 Block. What's next? Davian Murphy's trial date has not been set. Records show Alicia Andrews could stand trial this August, barring any delays. Sean Gathright, Isaiah Chance, and Rashad Murphy are tentatively scheduled to stand trial in April 2026.